What's up everyone, it's Asil Swade from Swade Strong Fitness, and I'm so excited to do this video today because it is the first time I've ever done a Q&A video. I'm not sure why I've never done one before, but figured it would be a great time to start, and I'm going to keep these coming. Anyways, I made a list of all the questions you guys have asked me. I've got 12 questions here, and before I start, quick thank you to all the people who asked me these questions. I'm more than happy to help and answer them. Anyways, question number 1, let's get this started guys. How long have you been a type 1 diabetic? I've been a type 1 diabetic for over 14 years now, so quite a while. I got diagnosed at the age of 4 years old. Anyways, question number 2. How old are you? I'm 18 years old, turning 19 in a week, so I'm real excited about that, and yeah, looking forward to it. And question number 3, okay, what's your favorite workout you like to do? My favorite workout, I'd have to say, is probably a hypertrophy, high volume push day, or push workout. So, you know, like a chest, shoulders, and tri workout. I'm not sure why, I just love doing like high volume chest, shoulders, and tricep work. All 3 of those, you will always find a pump with like chest, triceps, and shoulders, but I don't know, I still really enjoy like back and all that, but I just always find a great pump doing those. Those are kind of like the fluff exercises, you know what I mean, the pump muscles, but that's probably my favorite workout. Legs is coming close though, not gonna lie, now that I've started really training hard on my legs, it's coming close. It probably will be as soon as I get higher numbers on those deadlifts and squats. But anyways, next question. Do you find it hard to make sure your blood sugars doesn't fall when you are working out? Now that's a great question. When I first started this whole fitness and bodybuilding journey, I did struggle with this. You know, my blood sugars would get low mid-workout, and if you're a type 1 diabetic and you get a low blood sugar mid-workout, you know how that feels, guys. It is so discouraging. It completely like ruins it. It doesn't ruin your whole workout, but it just really brings you down. You don't feel right, not at all. But I don't find it hard anymore. Now let me tell you a quick secret and a little tip. What I do now is I just go, before my workout, I make sure I'm prepared. That's the #1 key with being a type 1 diabetic and doing this whole bodybuilding and fitness thing. You always have to be prepared. So preparation is key. Before my workouts, I will always measure my blood sugar. That is key when it comes to type 1 diabetes and bodybuilding. Make sure you're measuring your blood sugar before your workouts, and don't just aim for like for a normal blood sugar range of 100 to 120. That's healthy, right? Stable. I try to go a little bit higher, anywhere from maybe 150 to 200. Yes, even 200, I don't mind if it's like 200, because, okay, based on my experience, my body, usually I'll come out still around like 80 to 120 after my workout if I come in around like 200, 220. But that's just me, and it's been working amazingly, and my blood sugar's been real stable ever since I've done that, you know. So say if I'm like 100 or something before a workout, I'll eat around 10-15 grams of carbs, especially if I'm doing cardio after my weight training session, now that I'm cutting and everything. So I definitely do make sure I get like 15-20 grams of carbs if I'm like around 100 before my workout. Now, have you ever thought about getting a pump? You know, I have thought about it in the past, but I don't really think about it anymore. A pump doesn't really, I don't know, for me, I always wanted to feel normal. You know, being a kid, having type 1 diabetes, I always felt like I was different from everyone in the pack, and I love that now. Don't get me wrong, I never want to be normal. I always want to feel different. And just having something, though, on me all the time, I feel like a robot. Don't get me wrong, and no disrespect to anyone who uses a pump at all. It's the same thing, and even a pump would probably be easier. But I like doing my manual shots, my manual insulin. I'm just so accustomed to it, so used to it. My blood sugars are already so good while I do this, so hey, I mean, if it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? I'm already used to it. You know, I'm gonna do a little more research in it maybe, but for now it's great with my lifestyle and just manually doing everything myself. I don't really mind doing it, so it's been working out. That's why I don't get a pump. Okay, next question. Who do you look up to in the fitness community, and who are the people you think have the best physiques? Great question. So there's a lot of people who I look up to in the fitness community, but definitely like #1 would have to be Greg Plitt, guys. It is a classic. I'm sure all of you could say the same thing. If you don't know who Greg Plitt is, please do yourself a favor and go Google Greg Plitt, or just type his name on YouTube, and your whole mindset with everything in life will change. he really inspired me to get in the gym, and I started following his workouts. It's kind of how I got into the gym, and I'm sure a lot of these fitness YouTubers say the same thing. Just everything about him, I love it. But him, also, of course, like Christian Guzman, he's really like one of the motivators who kind of like motivated me to like start a YouTube channel. You know, I saw in myself, I'd look at him and be like, you know what, I can do what he does, and it's just so inspiring to see him at such a young age. I started watching when he was 19 years old, when he started his YouTube channel, and he just grew and grew and grew, not only physically and mentally, and his whole YouTube channel, the way he marketed himself. And look at him now, he's a huge businessman, and he's doing so much at like 21 years old. That's awesome. Mark Fit also, he really inspired and motivates me in the fitness industry, just because his constant like work hard attitude and creating what you envision. That's what I love about him. He literally has that mindset where you can create anything you envision in your mind, and that's kind of like my mindset too, and I just love that. And also, I'd have to say, like, especially in the YouTube game, Brian Turner from Humorous Fitness, been watching him for a really long time, and just seeing how much work he puts into his YouTube videos and his YouTube channel, everything about his business beyond the week, it's insane, guys. You will never see such a hard worker. He seriously went like a year putting a video every single day, and this guy will put in like an hour of editing for every like minute you see in his videos, which is absolutely crazy, and in a good way. That's awesome. Like, the guy's work ethic is unbeatable, and I love that. That's definitely something I'm trying to develop, and he really shows when you're passionate about something, you can achieve it no matter what. You put 110% into it. Anyways, next question. I'm gonna try making these answers more brief and more to the point, just because I want to try to keep this video under 10 minutes. Probably not gonna be under 10 minutes though. Whatever. Anyways, oh, best physiques, by the way, I do have to say probably Greg Plitt and Mark Fit. Those are kind of like my favorite physiques in the fitness industry. However, the online coach, I'd say he's pretty underrated, but that would definitely be my goal physique one day, 10, 12 years from now. That dude is a beast. Anyways, next question. What do you do for cardio? Cardio, I usually do some low intensity, steady cardio, which is LISS cardio, which is just moderate heart rate at moderate resistance, moderate speed. Just make sure you're at moderate heart rate the whole time. You usually have a caloric goal. My caloric goal will be like 400 calories burned for the session. It'll take me around 35 to 40 minutes. Something slow paced. Just make sure you don't lose muscle while you're because if you do like high intensity for 400 calories worth of cardio, 30 minutes, that's extremely taxing on your CNS, your central nervous system, and you're gonna lose a lot of muscle doing that. So definitely want to stay away from that. That's just my favorite thing to do. Now, I love doing it on the elliptical. That has always been my favorite thing. It just burns calories a lot faster, and it's just a lot more fun than just like being on a treadmill. Or I will go on a treadmill and put it higher resistance and like 3 to 3.5 speed, maybe 10 to 12 incline. Love doing that. Okay, next question. What is your favorite lift? Squat, bench press, or deadlift? I'd have to say squat, because there's no better feeling than progressing on your squat. They feel great, and as the numbers go up, you just feel so proud of yourself, because that's definitely one of the hardest lifts in my opinion. You know, when you're in the hole, you got nothing but that weight on your back, and you know you gotta put it up or it's gonna end up bad. So I love the squat and just love progressing in that. Next question. Do you think diabetes and bodybuilding go well together, or is it an extreme hassle? You know what, man? That's a great question, because of course it is an extreme hassle. I mean, diabetes with anything, really, the whole lifestyle, it's a hassle. No regular person has to think about his blood sugar 24/7, taking all these shots, knowing, oh, will this food affect my blood sugar? It's crazy, you know? So we're one of a kind, definitely, but that's what makes us different, and it's awesome, because it just makes us a completely different. We're so smart, you know? We're always thinking about this stuff. So of course it's going to be it's more of a hassle than someone who's not diabetic and doing bodybuilding, but I think it correlates very, very well together, because when you're bodybuilding and concentrating on your physique and working out, you're always on top of your food, how many calories you're consuming, you know, your carbs if you're serious about it, and you need to do that for diabetes. So it kind of forces you to play one hand in hand together, you know? It just completely correlates with each other. You always know how much carbs you're taking, so you know how much insulin you're taking and everything, and your blood sugars are gonna be stable if you are constantly eating healthy, no matter what type of diet you're following, you know, fitting your macros and whatever. They're still eating a majority of clean and healthy organic foods, and you just know your body when you're doing bodybuilding. You know what I mean? That's the most important thing, in my opinion, when it comes to type 1 diabetes, knowing your own body and how it works, because we're seriously a science lab. That's how type 1 diabetics are. Every day we're learning something new. Hey, maybe we can tweak our blood sugars this way. Hey, maybe we can tweak our insulin this way. You know what I mean? It's all up to us, and that's awesome. That's bodybuilding too. So I think it works together hand in hand. It's changed my life ever since I started in a great way. Completely improved my blood sugars and way of thinking, lifestyle, everything. No, it is not extreme hassle, and I think it goes well together. Okay, what device do you use for measuring your food? A food scale. You can get a food scale anywhere. You can get on eBay, Amazon. Just go to your local Walmart and you can buy one for maybe 15 bucks cheapest. Really cheap. I got mine for like 15 bucks and gets the job done. Weighs your food, counts your calories. Boom. Get your goals done. Next question. As a type 1 diabetic, during a cut, what do you do if you get low blood sugar and you're already hit all your macros and carb intake for the day? Oh, thank you so much for asking this question, because let me tell you, this is the most asked question I get on my emails, and it's a great one. I used to struggle with this so much, and I used to think it was the end of the world when I'd hit all my macros and all my carbs, especially during a cut. You know, you don't want to go over on your macros, your goal for the day, or else you just feel like complete crap. You worked for nothing. However, dude, it's not the end of the day. You know what? There's gonna be times when you can't control, you can't avoid a low blood sugar. You'll hit all your macros at the end of the day, and then boom, you've been all active all day, and all of a sudden your blood sugar goes out of whack and gets low at night. You know what? It's not a big deal. Here's a tip though. This is what I do. If that happens, and generally it will happen maybe only like once a week, twice a week, even 3 times a week, whatever. It won't happen like twice in one day, or else you really do have to make sure you're concentrating more on your blood sugars and making sure they're stable. But if it happens in that scenario, as you said, just, dude, get some Gatorade, some juice or something that's pure in fast-acting carbohydrates, some type of sugar or juice, you know, some sport drink, and drink about 15 carbs. Nothing more than 20 grams of carbs, because a huge mistake I see a lot of type 1 diabetics do is when they hit a low like that, they tend to overeat and just eat way too many carbs, and then they'll get another high blood sugar, and that's when the roller coaster starts. So I know it sucks sometimes. You just want to shovel everything down your face, especially when you're real low, but most of the time you're not going to need more than 20 grams of carbs. You're just going to have to just calm down, so, you know, kind of fight it a little bit after you've had your 15 to 20 grams of carbs, and then you'll be okay. And when the reason why I say is a sports drink or some type of pure fast-acting carbohydrate is because you don't want to have any more fats, proteins, and you're already going over your caloric goal. But even if you have those 15, 20 grams of carbs, you're still going to be in a deficit. So it's no big deal, man. You're still going to lose your fat, and you're still going to get to your goal in the long term, because 15 and 20 grams of carbs, it's only, what, like, not even really 100 calories or so. So it's not going to kill you as long if you're already in a deficit. So that's my take on it, and I really hope that helps, because a lot of people ask me that question, and it is definitely tough. I know it sucks, but sometimes you just can't help it that it's going to happen. But like I said, 100 calories or so is not going to kill your progress. And last question: will you be at any fitness expos in 2015 or 2016? And will you be releasing a clothing line? So I will definitely try to be at the upcoming Olympia later in 2015. Hopefully, you know, I can set it up in my schedule where it's not going to affect my school, because I think I will be back during college around that time for the first semester of my sophomore year. But I'm not too sure. I'm going to make sure I plan to where I can go, because I definitely want to go out to these fitness expos, guys. I see all these YouTube videos and all these YouTubers there, and I just get so jealous. Like, oh, I want to be there so bad. I want to meet everyone. I meet all you guys. Hopefully I'll have a bigger following by then too, so more people will know my name and will want to get to meet me, and I just want to hang out with everyone and all the YouTubers and everything, and get to meet, you know, my biggest inspirations and everything, and just say what's up. And will I be releasing a clothing line? I would love to release a clothing line, man, but it's definitely not anytime soon. Maybe when I have a bigger following or something, people want to request more and would love to see a clothing line for my brand. I'm definitely going to do it in the future, but just not right now. It's not in my mindset right now, but definitely something to think about later in the future. I'll definitely be doing that for my brand. Anyways, that's gonna wrap up the Q&A, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Really enjoyed doing these, actually. So if you want, go ahead, ask some more questions in the comment section down below right now. Maybe for an upcoming one in around 2 weeks, 3 weeks or so. I'll see, depending on how many questions I get. And yeah, I'm gonna be sure to do these maybe every 2 or 3 weeks. And make sure to follow me on my social media pages, guys. If you want to support the channel, be sure to like the Facebook page and follow me on my Instagram just to see my updates with my day-to-day life and bodybuilding and fitness and everything related to that. Thank you very much for watching. Really appreciate the support, guys. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Comment down below with any thoughts and more questions. And subscribe to my channel. Plenty more videos to come. Thank you very much. As always, stay strong.